From the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio, this is Marquette Now.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Amuza.
And I'm Katie Munson. Welcome to Marquette Now.
Coming up, a new master's degree program launches.
The Eagle Express app experiences some upgrades, what that means for your wait and ride times.
Sometimes the app is kind of glitchy. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, like it says 30 minutes, then it says 1 minute. It's like kind of weird.
On-campus research making an off-campus impact.
We're working on novel therapeutic treatments that might impact millions and billions of people throughout the world.
And later, touring one of Milwaukee's quirkiest museums.
We begin with 50 people without a home tonight.
This comes after a fire in an apartment home on the corner of 14th and State late last night. 5 people were hospitalized with minor injuries.
And as you can see, the fire was mainly on the second floor, flames raging out of the windows. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The College of Health Sciences announces a new Master of Sciences degree program in Biomedical Sciences. Students have the option to select specializations in anatomical sciences or in neuroscience. Students can begin taking courses for the 15-month, 30-credit program in the summer of 2024.
We're bringing sort of industry standards and best practices inside of our department with the sole purpose to be able to help our researchers put their science into practice.
We are really on the cutting edge of this idea of embedding a contract research organization within an academic setting to give the students that real life experience.
Applications for the Biomedical Sciences Master of Sciences degree program will open in the fall.
Across the nation, car brands Kia and Hyundai are targets of car theft. The Marquette University's police department's theft prevention efforts start with steering wheel locks. These locks are available for all students with Kias or Hyundais, but they encourage all students to protect their vehicles.
A block of models or years of makes of these two brands, they did not equip the vehicles with an immobilizer. That's why they can be started and driven away and continue running.
But this is one of them. It comes in a nice little package, and inside each one of them comes an insert with instructions for the recommended use.
The effectiveness is if you try and turn it, that bar is going to hit your leg. And so if they wanted to drive in a straight line, they could still steal the car. But with that steering wheel lock on there, they can't turn it.
Students interested can reach out to MUPD for a lock and get more information on how to protect their vehicles.
The Marquette limo service turning into the Eagle Express is one of the bigger changes this semester, with students and staff using an app similar to Uber and Lyft. Updates to the Eagle Express app have reduced ride durations by about 5 minutes and lowered wait times by nearly 10 minutes.
I don't know, like it says 30 minutes, then it says 1 minute. It's like kind of weird. And like the drop-offs are like kind of weird. So I think that the drivers have like a rough time using the app because it's like new. I would refine the app, make the app like more efficient, because I feel like it has potential, but I feel like it needs some refinement.
Students have expressed frustration with the changes. Campus Safety reminds students to use the app to request rides and not flag down vans. Boarding a van that was not requested can interrupt someone else's ride.
Across the country, artists within the LGBTQ community aren't always given the platform to show their work. On Friday, February 17th, however, Marquette students were given the opportunity to express their creativity. Marquette Now's Liam Harris brings us to the gallery.
Reagan Gronseth, a sophomore at Marquette University, uses art to express herself, but it also provides her with something to do.
Art for me personally is a really good outlet. It's just something that I like to do. I like being able to do something with my hands. I like to create. I like to really get into the zone. So it's just kind of expression through like activity.
Gronseth's work was shown at the Queer Art Show hosted at the Haggerty Museum of Art. She expressed how important it is for students like her to be given the chance to showcase their talents.
I'm sure they could do something else for like students of color art show. That would be really good. Getting art specifically from the perspective of minority students out there, because this is a pretty homogenous school.
Katie Jacobson, a junior at Marquette and organizer of the art show, admires Gronseth not only for what she curates, but the personality she brings to her pieces.
I think that anything Reagan creates is fantastic, and I really, really love the use of color in the collages. There's not a lot of spaces for queer students to show their talents, and I thought, and art tends to be pretty important in the queer community, and I thought that this would be a really good opportunity for students, especially, to kind of feel empowered in themselves and show their talents.
Allowing people to fill in the blank canvas is what it's all about. I'm Liam Harris, Marquette Wire News.
Those on the university medical plan now have an affordable way to get a second medical opinion if needed. The university is partnering with Second.MD to allow medical plan members to schedule a virtual appointment. These no-cost appointments can help people learn more about plans for surgeries, cancer, and other chronic illnesses. More information can be found online at second.md/Marquette.
On-campus research is just one of the many ways for students and faculty to contribute to the global community. But one particular project is making a difference both in and out of the lab. Marquette Now's Kylie Brockway takes us to the lab.
Mental health might not be the first topic that comes to mind when you think of lab research.
We are going into a completely new side of treatment.
But the work being done here will prove you otherwise.
It's very rewarding, just because we are meeting the needs of a population that hasn't been focused on too much.
Divyang Sharma is the lab research assistant for a study divided into two mental health components, the first being on drug addiction.
With the addiction studies, the main goal of that is to reduce the craving for drugs.
The second component of the lab experiments with relieving the symptoms of schizophrenia.
Our drug primarily focuses on the negative symptoms of schizophrenia, trying to return the pathway that is affected back to some sense of normalcy.
The reward doesn't stop with results.
The friends that I've made in lab probably are my greatest friends I have in lab, or just in college in general, just because the amount of time I spend working with them and how closely we get to know one another. Research and everything is fun, but it's really the connections that I enjoy in lab.
The lab has friends in coats and friends in fuzz.
He's the lab mascot, so whenever you're feeling down, you just talk to Jimbo and everything gets better.
Just like Jimbo, the lab is working to help the world get better. I'm Kylie Brockway, Marquette Wire News.
Another college leader makes her school proud. College of Engineering Dean Christina Rapella is a 2023 Imprint Award winner. For Professional Dimensions is the organization that awarded Rapella. It's a leading women's professional association in Milwaukee. The award recognizes women making a lasting mark in their career and communities. The dean will be recognized at the annual Imprint Award event on March 30th at the Pfister Hotel.
Student organization Black Minds hosts a vision board night. Vision boards are collages that carry messages of love, inspiration, and empowerment.
We're working on a vision board, basically to just bring mental health awareness to the Black community and show kids that your goals are obtainable no matter Black, white, any color that you are.
The next wellness event celebrating Black History Month is Mindfulness with Marie on Monday at 6 p.m. in the AMU.
Skateboarding is just a summer activity, right? Well, a local indoor skate park is proving otherwise.
Jack Belmont takes us to the ramps on Vernon Avenue.
Just south of I-94, 4 blocks from Mashuda Hall, stands an oasis for skateboarders, looking to pursue their passion even in the 20-degree weather.
Seasons is like the most clutch place ever because it's an indoor facility that you can skateboard during Milwaukee winters, which is just like not possible when you're just trying to skate outside and in the streets and stuff. So it's like, it's such a blessing.
A blessing indeed for the customers, but also for the employees.
What, a little shine? Yeah. I was just coming here for a long time, and then Jeff, the owner, he asked me to teach skate camp, and I was like, yeah, I'll teach skate camp. He was like, you can come and skate for free if you teach skate camp in the summer. I was like, that's a deal.
A deal that comes with free skating and a tight-knit community. And the leader of the pack is the owner himself.
That was close, but that was no cigar.
Jeff Gosdwiak, a lifelong skateboarder, started working at the park in 2003, aiming to provide a place for all Milwaukee residents to come ride.
The main thing the parks always focus on is just kind of giving everybody a place to go. Most people are skateboarders that work here. You know, it's always kind of been a spot for everybody to go to.
But it wasn't always easy. When COVID-19 began, the park was in jeopardy.
Yeah, in the first couple days, like, we raised enough to cover 2 months worth of rent, bills, utilities, everything to be able to reopen kind of the same way.
But that same tight-knit community came together to support. I'm Jack Belmont, Marquette Wire News.
I don't know about you, but I definitely could not do a kickflip in this weather. I'm Kara McCoy, and let's take a look outside at your current weather. Right now, expect some freezing rain with a temperature of 29 degrees and 100% chance of continued precipitation, with winds coming in from the east-northeast at 21 miles an hour. Don't go anywhere, Marquette. We'll be right back with the rest of your weather forecast right after this.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go! What you picking up on, bud?
It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Now, I'm Kara McCoy, here to take a closer look at your weather. Tonight, we are in a winter storm warning. Expect freezing rain and wind tonight with 1 to 2 inches of snow and up to a ½ inch of ice. The storm will impact roads and travel, so be careful, Marquette, and you'll have potential power outages as well. We're going to have a low of 29 degrees tonight with humidity of 91%, precipitation of 80%, with the winds at east-northeast at 20 miles an hour. Let's take a look at our state overnight lows here. Up, getting the coldest at 7 degrees in Superior, a little bit warmer in Green Bay, and the warmest here in Milwaukee at 28 degrees. State tomorrow highs, we're still at the coldest with Superior, getting warmer as we go down to La Crosse, and again, outlier is Milwaukee at 33 degrees. Tomorrow, the winter storm warning continues, but some snow with not too much accumulation. We're looking at 33 degrees with 91% humidity, 80% precipitation, with winds coming in from the west at 21 miles an hour. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast here. Friday's going to be our coldest day at 21 degrees with a low of 19. Getting warmer as we go on. Expect some sun on Sunday at 38 degrees with a low of 33, and getting warmer as we go on. And again, some sun on Tuesday at 38 degrees. That's it for your weather. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not too mad about this winter storm. I'm not looking forward to classes tomorrow.
I totally agree, Kara.
Listen, this winter storm, you've had to do so many things, walk through the snow and everything, bundle up with a whole bunch of clothes, but expecting these clothes from other people. An alum with a background in advertising starts a clothing shop, but with a twist.
Chloe Fisher is the co-founder of Stories of the Streets.
It's a vintage clothing shop that sells many of their pieces online through their website.
Stories of the Streets also has a showroom in Bayview for those wanting to see the current pieces available.
I would say it was more organically something I've always had in the back of my mind. I've always worked with small businesses from the time I was in high school, specifically female entrepreneurs, and I always saw the hustle.
The clothes from estate sales and thrift shops.
Her love for a certain folk artist helped spark her vision and create the shop's name.
I love Leonard Cohen. He's a folk artist from the 1960s, and he, on his self-titled album, he has a song called Stories of the Street. Each one of these pieces are secondhand, and they had a life with someone else before they came here. Each piece had a story from the street, so Stories of the Streets, vintage.
Fisher hopes to develop a larger showroom to hold events and an ever-growing brand identity. The Neiman Symposium on Environmental Justice takes place virtually this year. The focus is on the effects that journalism has on educating and inspiring audiences about climate change. Activists, scientists, and journalists are set to speak at the event.
Marquette University Television will be broadcasting the 2023 Marquette University Student Government Presidential Debates this Sunday. The debates are between Abby Moravec and her running mate Tommy Tracy against Christian Golden and his running mate Shirlene Roberts. The debates will be moderated by MUTV's Nancy Flaherty. The debates will be held in Studio 7 at Johnston Hall on Sunday at 5 p.m. All members of campus are encouraged to attend.
And Katie, if you know sports fans, you know they're into collectibles.
But Marquette Now's Timothy Latow takes us in the display of a fan with a collection unlike any other.
Catching a foul ball at the ballpark is memorable. A bobblehead giveaway is life-changing. If you're Phil Sklar.
Really just started with as a hobby.
Which became the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum in 2019. Now it's
growing out of control. There used to be 7,500 unique bobbleheads. We recounted, now we have over 10,000.
After that first bobblehead Phil got as a college student, he began collecting more and more and more bobbleheads, along with co-founder Brad Novak, until they decided to make one themselves in 2013.
The first one we produced is of a sort of Milwaukee superfan named Michael Pohl, who's a Special Olympian, and we wanted to honor him and raise money for Special Olympics.
The making of that bobblehead led to thousands of others, and nearly all 10,000 bobbleheads are hand-sculpted and painted. A couple of Iggy the Golden Eagles have some fresh paint on them too.
These are two of our newest bobbleheads. Each one's individually numbered to 2023 for the year, so once they're gone, they're gone.
Gone, but maybe coming back with another edition before you know it.
Gotten some requests for the blue jersey, so who knows, maybe we'll have a Final Four version or a national champion version if the basketball team continues to do well. We've done some talking bobbleheads, so we could definitely build in school songs into a future version. I think there'd be a lot of interest in a Shaka Smart bobbleheads.
No matter what.
You know, if it bobbles, we want to have it.
They have everything, from bobbleheads made in China in 1842 to one 7 millimeters tall to 7 feet tall. The most expensive one is at the top of the bucket list.
There's a New York Yankees bobblehead from 1960 that recently sold for $90,000. We look at the suggestions quite frequently and see what people are looking at and enjoying, and also what people want to see.
The best part of making any bobblehead,
watching it grow and come to life.
Coming to life with the nod of a head and that extraordinary giveaway that started it all. I'm Timothy Lateau, Marquette Wire News.
The limited edition bobbleheads can be purchased on the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum's website. And that's it for now, Katie.
But stay with us because Andrew Hubbock will be right back with sports after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Welcome back. I'm Andrew Hubbock with your Marquette Now Sports Report. The women's basketball team is currently playing against the Creighton Blue Jays. The team is currently down by 1 after forward Liza Carlin. Marquette quickly starts to rain threes, making a double-digit lead. The Red Storm starts to get stronger, and they slowly close into the lead. But it's not enough, and the Golden Eagles are prepared and weather the storm. Chloe Murata cements history in the fourth quarter as she becomes the 33rd player in Marquette history to score 1,000 points. Marquette handles St. John's with ease, winning 61-38. The women's lacrosse team has their best start in program history at 3-0 after defeating the Cincinnati Bearcats. Both senior midfielder Lydia Faust and senior attacker Shea Garcia earned Player of the Week honors for their respective positions. Faust earns Midfielder of the Week after scoring 5 total goals and recording 1 assist in 2 games last week. This is Faust's second straight Midfielder of the Week honor. Garcia earns Attacker of the Week after scoring 9 total goals and recording 1 assist in 2 games last week for Marquette. This is Garcia's first honor of the season. Coming up on the horizon this week in athletics, the women's lacrosse team hosts the number 3 ranked Northwestern Wildcats Thursday, February 23rd at Valley Fields at 5 p.m. The women's basketball team heads to Cincinnati to take on the Xavier Musketeers on Saturday at 1 p.m. The men's lacrosse team plays against the Michigan Wolverines on Saturday at Naples, Florida at 2 p.m. Finally, the men's basketball team hosts the DePaul Blue Demons at Fiserv Forum Saturday at 6:30 p.m. That's it for sports, but don't go anywhere. Marquette Now will be right back with our Down to the Wire segment.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back. I'm Katie Munson.
And I'm Andrew Amuzu. Katie, Marquette University Radio hosted their Radio Roulette this past weekend. It was banging. Okay, let's just say that. The event brought together different Milwaukee-based artists with a diverse set of musical styles from bedroom pop to rap. Let's take a listen.
If you want it, you can get it. Haven't been booed up in a minute. And each night is something different. Got a much more energy. If you want to keep my company, I hope you know that I'm from outer space. But I like you too, if that's the case. Now, come on up and get right in my face. I'm really feeling you. So much for something new.
Marquette Wire Executive News Editor Julia Buzahub joins us now for tonight's edition of Down to the Wire.
She's with Marquette Radio's Assistant Music Director Sam Bond to talk about Radio Roulette.
Thank you so much, Andrew and Katie, and thank you so much, Sam, for joining me tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming. So yeah, Radio Roulette was this past weekend. What kind of performers did you guys feature?
So we featured 6 performers, all from here in Milwaukee, from a diverse range of genres. We started out with Cleopatra Hose, who's a bedroom pop artist. That set went right into Bug Moment's set. Bug Moment is a band from here in Milwaukee. They're kind of alternative rock, emo, kind of adjacent. After that, we had Micah Emmerich, an artist who I discovered earlier this year. He describes himself as alternative pop, but is kind of messing around with electronic music, doing a lot of really interesting things with genre. After that was Duane, an artist that Mike has actually collaborated with several times. Duane's a hip-hop artist from here in Milwaukee. After that, we had Spider Creek. They're actually a collective of artists. They kind of feature, it's a wider group with 30 members. They're doing a lot of stuff with visual art, producing, and then they've got 6 kind of music artists that were performing at the Annex. And then after that, we had our final performer of the night, which was Social Sig, Parker Schultz. Parker's a very well-known figure in the in the Milwaukee music scene. He's doing kind of indie rock, skate rock, and is another kind of incredible performer.
Cool. And how did you guys pick these bands for the show?
So it started with an application process. So we have an application, we sent it out to pretty much every single band that we knew in the area. We did a lot of promotion for that. And then we actually brought our on-air hosts in for a listening session. We went through and we listened to every single artist, and then everyone who's in attendance for that got the chance to kind of vote on their top 6, and that was how we chose our artists.
Awesome. And I understand that this was a competition, so who won the...
Yes, it was. So we rebranded this event from Battle of the Bands, but we wanted to keep that competition aspect. One of the kind of traditions we've got at MUR is that the winner of Battle of the Bands opens for our spring concert, which is usually features a bigger artist. And this year, the winner was Social Sig. It was definitely a well-deserved win, but there was some tight competition. I think anyone could have won at the event, and I would have been happy.
Yeah, and now you're speaking about Battle of the Bands. What made you guys kind of rebrand it to Radio Roulette?
Yeah, so obviously diversity and inclusion is something that's very important, not just to The Wire, but to radio specifically. And there's a lot of really kind of different ways that we approach that within our organization. And a big one this year was rebranding our events to make sure that artists and groups from a variety of genres kind of feel that they can apply to these events. I feel like Battle of the Bands, it kind of has like a very specific, you know, you kind of know what you expect when you go into that kind of event, and we wanted to open it up. So we worked on rebranding it to make sure that we could have a lineup like we did last Friday, where we had such, you know, incredible artists from a diverse range of genres.
For sure. And what would you say was your favorite aspect of Radio Roulette?
It's difficult to say because the whole process was really amazing. But I honestly think it really is just getting the chance to work with the incredible radio team to develop such an event. We put a lot of hard work into it, and everything from, you know, developing promotional materials to reaching out to artists to get them to perform. Also, we did something that we haven't done in the past, which was we did a media day. We had a couple photographers, including myself, go in. We did it in our very own Studio 7 and got to take some promotional photos for you. But really the entire process of getting to work with everyone was just such a joy, and to see it all come together was amazing.
Yeah, Radio Roulette was amazing, so congratulations. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have tonight, so I'm going to throw it back to Andrew and Katie in the studio.
Thanks, Julia. That's our report for tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Musin.
And I'm Katie Munson. Remember to check MarquetteWire.org for all the latest campus news. Good night, Marquette.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.